Hey guys, my name's Zero, and thanks for taking time out of your day to come back and watch this video on the absolutely crazy, behemothly large monstrosity that is the new Battle Pass plane, the IAR 81C DB605. Now, before we get into how absolutely bullshit this plane is, I just wanted to say thank you to the 464 of you, that is how many subs I have by the time that I'm recording this video, that have subscribed to this channel. I can't put into words how much I appreciate that. I didn't expect it to go so quickly, or it feels like it's gone super quickly anyway. I just, yeah, on it means a lot. That's basically about as all as I can say, really. And before we continue talking about how much this plane just absolutely spreads cheeks and rips into them, the comment section on the Yak 9 video also was ripped apart by people expressing their distaste for the method in which I published the video. I can give my opinion as much as I want. That is pretty much the whole point of this channel. And as I said in the comments, in case you hadn't already seen, you being the person who posted the comment, or anyone else who is watching, the only time that I'd ever use stat card values is when comparing to different aircraft, just to show you how different it is, not saying that that's exactly how it is. Information has to come from somewhere. And while we're on the topic of information coming from somewhere, I mean, this isn't a history video. I'm not telling you all the specs about this plane. I am simply showing you how to play it and measuring how it stacks up against others. Everything is relative. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way though, let's talk about this absolute monstrosity. It is the IAR 81C DB605. As I said before, it is pretty much exactly the same airframe as the IAR 81C, the other Romanian fighter that you'll find in rank 2 of the Italian tree, I believe. Feel free to correct me in the comments. But the only difference between the IAR 81C, the rank 2 version, and this version is that this version gets the DB605 engine, which belongs to one of the 109s. I think it's the F1, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty tired, man. I've been super busy. I haven't had time to properly investigate it. So yeah, anyone who knows that information, feel free to chuck that in somewhere for people who want to see for themselves. As a result, this plane has some pretty nasty engine performance. And since we're not going to read off the stat card values, instead I will just say that this plane is very, very capable in stall fights, is able to go reasonably fast. I mean, it compresses as it starts to near its top speed, not at high speeds, and it is just absolutely goated on the source, in the stall, because it has a 109 engine. You will see in the background clips there are many times of which I was able to win fights purely because I was able to drain the other plane of energy and then just simply go vertical because I am able to hang and stall on top of them. Now, there is quite a little bit of plot armor, as such you're seeing in the background. I mean, what can I say? They call me Neo. Yeah, it's... I don't know, man. There's not a lot to say about this thing's engine performance. I mean, it's a 109 engine. That should pretty much say enough as it is. As for the other performance metrics of this plane, I mean, you can see in this screenshot right here my stats that I got in this thing. I had, 16 respawns, and I only died about 7 times. I don't know if it's just me clicking with this plane, but I really found it an absolute joy to play, and I'm pretty sure you can see that right here. It is able to turn well, it's able to climb well. As I said, the speed's not too bad, but there are always planes that will be able to do at least one of the performance metrics better than you. For example, Corsairs will outrun you, Zeros will outturn you, you have planes that you're facing like the A36 which will outgun you. But the thing is with this plane is that you are able to make up for the fact that they outperform you in one metric and be able to give them a run of their money in return by capitalizing on the other metrics that you have at your disposal. Finally, for this plane's firepower, it has pretty much the 109 armament. It has a couple of 7.62s and a couple of 20mm cannons. I run the air targets belts on the 20 mils because of the insane amount of HE shells, some traces to see where I'm shooting, and I think it gets the Meninga shell surrounds. I'm gonna have to double check that. And also the universal belts and the 7.62s or 7.92s, whichever one it was, also have some traces, and traces are good because they help set the planes on fire a lot more easily. Head-ons are definitely not your friend though, so if you're going to do something in the head-on, maybe spray a little bit of a burst to try and catch them off guard, but do not commit to the head-ons, as more often than not, the 50 cals that you will face will more than likely tear you apart if you decide to commit. The LDR of everything that I just mentioned above, invest in this plane. It is an absolute monster, in case I just haven't said that enough. It is a rank 3, great addition to those who want to grind the Italian tree without trying to get kills in the very bipolar Breda Safat machine guns, which are present on a lot of the other planes. And it is also free, so you do not need to spend GE or IRL money in order to get this thing. You just need to grind out the battle pass. I mean, I got all the footage that you're seeing now in the 24-hour test drive. I do not officially own this plane as of yet. I don't even know if I will reach the level of the battle pass where I will be able to get that at this point. But in the time that I have the plane, I was able to grind out the mark of distinction by doing some crazy things like this. Yeah, hold on.
Better hurry, this mountain's coming up pretty fast. Yes. Thank you. That's so toxic. 8mm Mauser's a beast of a round. You just gotta shoot the pilot in the like center mass. Just shoot the pilot. Easy.
Okay. Oh my god, that's a beating.
You actually get a kill? No way.
That's a beating, bro. And I'll get 330 rounds easy on this DB38.
I told you. How much do you have left?
Oh my god.
Wow. Wait, did you kill him?
Yeah, I did.
It desyncs crazy on my end.
Yes, you saw that correctly. I did in fact kill a teammate, and no, you assumed incorrectly. I am not a team killer. He asked me to team kill him because he was being toxic, because he didn't want the other guy to get the kill, and that was also a 6-kill match, so technically me killing him made that a 7-kill game, and I'm sorry to any of you who I reactivated your trauma with. It's impossible to count to 10 at this point, but hey, life goes on. If you get the test drive for this thing, absolutely do your very best to play this as much as possible. Even if you've grinded out Italy, it is just an absolute joy to play, even for those of you who might not be good with stall fights. And hey, if you wanted to work on that, then this plane can definitely help you do that. It is very forgiving. Just make sure that you know what you're doing and set yourself up properly, because, you know, you're not immune in a stall fight. You can still be shot out. So yes, use this plane to both grind out Italy rank 2, 3, and even 4. But all in all, yes, just invest in this plane. It is so much fun. It's gonna ruin 3.0. Well, it already has ruined 3.0 with the amount of times that I've seen this around. And absolutely 100% when this gets released, or when more people are able to acquire it from the Battle Pass and use it, it is definitely going to be going up in BR. I cannot see this thing saying at 3.0. Not with the engine that it has, not with, you know, the footage that you can see in the background. It is just way too busted. So invest early while it is still an absolutely overpowered killing machine. Before we move into the gameplay narrations, I mean, you get some really good games in the gameplay narrations, so be prepared to watch those. You have a couple of good fights and a couple of really lengthy games. Just, I mean, you know, if you want to take what I say with a grain of salt, then by all means go for it. But for those of you who are here to just watch a video or try and find your next playable aircraft, this one is the one for you. Now, without further ado, let's head over to the gameplay. And here we are at the first game. Just before we get into this, I do want to give you a bit of a warning that the third and last game is going to be in the replay system because, funnily enough, it was the very first match that I did in this absolutely just cracked plane. And so, as is the usual Zero Mustang curse, I wasn't recording. So, yeah. Anyway, we are going into the first match here. A P-38E tried to pitch up for us, but he has no energy, you can see by the vortices. We just simply go above him while he stalls out, and we turn around and we doink him out of the air. Now, bear with me if I get some of the names of these planes wrong. The screen is slightly small in the editor, so I'm having to squint just a little bit to try and see the recording, but hey, it is what it is. We were going to go for that P-36, I believe, but he got just smacked. So we are instead going to go over to the Yak-7 and the I-16 over here because I'm trying to get kills and I'm trying to get dogfights. So we send our team over to kill the other guy at altitude. There's 4 of them on him. He's not going to survive very long. And we are going to engage this Yak-7 here. He does the same thing as the P-38. He tries to pitch up. He has no business pitching up. He was on the deck. He was going pretty slow. We have a lot of speed here and a lot of room just to go up and over and turn in 474 kilometers an hour to our aircraft. We're going to spray the trigger and get a couple of sparks because, I don't know, 20 mils decided not to work. Whatever. All good though, we still have our speed. We turn in the direction that would take him the longest to reach us. Still only a 500 meter gap, but we are going to use our energy here and our engine to pull him into a bit of a spiral. We're going to keep jinking our plane around to try and make the shot as hard as possible for him. He does not have a lot of energy. He's trying to climb and shoot and pitch into my flight path where I'm going, so he's having to burn more energy to try and reach me, but at this point he just has no energy left, so we're going to use our awesome German engine to stall right on top of this dude because he has absolutely no business pitching up for us whatsoever. He's going to dive out, which is probably the best course of action for him to do, but there's also a friendly coming in, which would have dissuaded him from pursuing me any further. He unfortunately does not have the speed, so we are going to sit behind him and try to hit our shots as he desperately tries to get us to overshoot. Try to slip in a shot there, not quite able to do that. That's fine, we have heaps of energy, so we're just going to pitch up and over. We're going to take advantage of his low energy state and also the fact that our teammate is hounding him, and we're just going to reset the fight by doing a nice little loop and slot right back in on his 6, where we get some more sparks and finally dismantle his plane. Nice little dogfight to start there. Match is far from over though, as you're about to see. There is a P-38 on the horizon and an I-16 that we were spraying at the head-on. Now notice how I didn't try to commit to the head-on. These gun setup configuration is not made for head-ons, as I said before in the analysis section. So we're going to continue on and we're going to chase this I-16. Probably not the best thing to do considering, you know, it's an I-16, but he's fixated on my teammates, and so we're going to try and hose him down. Unfortunately, we get a couple of sparks, and I know I just said don't turn with the I-16, but I am turning with the I-16 because I noticed that it was a Type 27. He still turns pretty good, but he also has a lot of weight in those wings, meaning he doesn't turn as good. So we completely combust his plane. In comes a P-38, and very closely followed by another P-38. The first P-38 decides to go for our teammate in the IAR 81C, just like us, and the second P-38 decides to go for the ground. Free kill, I guess. Thanks. I think it's what, the 4th kill of the match. Yeah. I don't know, man. Players Players baffle my mind sometimes. But anyway, we just going to rinse this dude very quickly. We're going to take off his wings. Only somehow gives us a crit, but that kill is, or potential kill is going to end up being an assist. As we round off the match with a nice little 4-piece and 1 assist. Here are the rewards if you care, and onwards to the next match. Second match this time is on a map that I can't remember the name of, and we are just using our height advantage. You can see the sea of red that is on the deck, but there are still some planes at altitude that I want to take care of first. Typhoon in the LA5 can very handily do quite a number on us if we allow them to, so we are of course going to select them as a priority target and try to move over and take them out so they cannot capitalize on us if we decide to ignore them. I-16 is also climbing up, but he is definitely not a priority target here. LA5 would still rinse me. Typhoon is looking like a pretty juicy target, so we're just going to wing over. He is just completely fixated on one of my teammates, so I mean, there we go, freest kill imaginable. And yeah, LA5 is next. We're going to keep our altitude and keep our speed, wait for him to pitch up. He is completely out of energy. You can see here that I'm thinking about going for him, but I decide to go for the I-16 as another target because he is stopping our friendly P-38 from putting in work. And so, you know, I'm trying to free up as many teammates as possible. I could have easily dealt with that LA5, probably should have in hindsight, but, you know, we eat that I-16 for breakfast. And now we turn around for the LA5 because he is now lower than what the I-16 was. And he is also pitching straight up for that P-38. I mean, bro, you really can't make this up. I mean, shooting range, 3 of the freest kills imaginable. All of them were stalling. I mean, dude, like, 0 skill. But notice that if I hadn't have climbed, or if I had have just dove to the deck, those kills would not have happened. So, climb, people. And on to the next sea of red, a Yak-9, a Yak-1B, and a B-239, all hawking on one friendly that has just gone into the dirt. Prioritizing the target is important here. All 3 of these can turn with me quite handily. I do not know the state of each of their aircrafts. I do not know how much ammo they have. I do not know how much energy they have. I'm completely new here. So we're going to play it safe. We're going to use our speed. We're going to climb back up and we're going to try and loop them and see if one of them presents an angle for us. We have all the time in the world here. We have all the fuel in the world. We have all the ammo in the world. There is no need to be hasty. Yak-1B is looking like he's presenting himself. A P-38 is coming in as well. That definitely helps with putting off from, you know, them doing any risky plays for me or for them. But B-239 presents himself. He's pitching up. He has a decent amount of energy because he just dove, but he's also a B-239 and he doesn't really perform very well in the stall, especially not after pitching your nose up for as long as what he did. So we're going to take this opportunity. We're going to slot in on his 6 quite handily here, and we're going to chase him down and try to hose him down. Get a couple of hits on his wings, and 20 mils don't really do anything. I mean, Meninga shows my ass, but, you know, is what it is. So we continue on to the 2 over here. We're going to leave the B-239 in his energy devoid state. He is going to take a while to catch up to us, and we are going 500 kilometers an hour. I want to try and get a couple of these planes down, and then another LA5 dives in. And we have a choice to make. We need to thin out these numbers. The Yak-1B is just... he's jinking the shot. It should have been perfectly straight. I should have hit that, but I didn't. And now I have 4 very capable turning fighters on the deck with me, with a P-38 that's on fire and has just burnt up, as you can see in the kill feed, and another friendly P-38 that is being hawked down by another 2 fighters. I am in a bit of a pickle here, as you can see. The Yak-1 is also chasing me. The P-38 does actually chase the yak though, which gets him off my 6, which is just absolutely perfect. I think that this move right here actually won us the game. But at that very moment, the P-38 dies, and it is now a 1v4. Prioritizing becomes most important thing here. I get a couple of hits on the yak. I decide to go for him first because he's presented himself, and also I can turn back in quite quickly. Yak 1, B239 pitching in at the same time from the same direction, so we pitch up over both of them. Try to get them in the stall. It's important to note here that I have speed and the rest of them do not. So I'm going to use that here again to try and find a better angle. We're going to pitch on over. I should have gone for that yak there, but I hesitated. That would have absolutely been so very helpful in the long run. But hey, we managed to pitch in after him. We get a burst, but none of those shots connect, putting extra pressure. B239 goes down. I think the P38 got him severed, and we turn around and we demolish the Yak 9. And now it is a one-on-one with the LA5FN that is on my 6 and this plane, because the other Yak 1 is going back to the runway. Maybe he's out of fuel, maybe he's out of ammo. I'm not sure. But in any case, we're going to do the same thing that we did with the Yak in the previous match, and we're going to spiral this guy. You can see he does not have a lot of energy left. The wing vortices are going on both of us. My engine is overheating, so I need to do something quickly. I stall out above him, hope that he can't pitch up, but the stall is just timed incorrectly, and we have to roll out of his way. Like, just, oh my god, like, that's still just, that made me tense up when that happened in the match, and it made me tense up just like watching it again, but it's okay. We rolled out of the way. We go down, pick up some speed, we go horizontal, he goes up, he loses his speed, and he dives out. I mean, if you're at a high altitude, that would probably be the best thing to do, but the ground is right below you. You don't really have anywhere to go. So he pulls out in front of us, and we get our nice little kill. Thank God, dude. And for the final match in the replay. Now, I'm really sorry for the terrible quality for this match. It is a pretty decent match, but, you know, it's the replay, and again, as per the Zero Mustang curse, it's always the good matches when I'm not recording, huh? But anyway, P40 tries to pitch up after us. We just loop him. There goes both of his wings. I mean, you know, pretty textbook energy trap. So that's the first kill of the match. And we move on to this P39N. He is definitely the most scary plane on the enemy team that I know about right now. So we're going to boom in at 600 kilometers an hour. I mean, it would have been really difficult to hit that shot. We were compressing quite badly there, but we're going to use all 600 kilometers an hour, is plural, all 600 Ks, and we're going to boom out and use it to pitch up above this A36, who is going to try to pitch up after us, but he is insanely heavy, even heavier with the gun pods, but he's just insanely heavy to begin with, and we're just going to loop him as well. I'm sorry, bro, you don't really have a chance. Good try, though. He did have the gun pods, completely forgot about that. Yeah, he was never going to win that turn fight. You should have just run. But now we have another P39 and an F4U coming in. P39 is the priority target, but the F4U I can already tell is going to pitch up towards me, so I need to be extra careful of that. I will be fighting the P39, but I also need to be mindful of the Corsair. He's pitching up. He is not going to be hitting that. He has no energy at all. And so we are going to be putting it into a slightly horizontal downward spiral to get our energy back, and also to try and turn into this P39. I will not outturn this guy, but I will out energy this guy. He has gone up into a flat turn. I've gone down into a flat turn. I have more energy. I'm able to complete my loop. He's basically stalling out. We pretty much just dome him in the cockpit. I mean, it's GG's, bro. Like, it's wraps. And yeah, we get a little bit of a moment to breathe here, so we can set up for the Spitfire that's coming in that I did actually notice before. But I had to take out the P39 because, let me tell you, a dogfight against a Spitfire and a P39 at the same time would not have been great. It's a Spitfire Mark 1A. Man, like, I love the Spitfire. I'll do a video on that if you guys want me to. Let me know in the comments. But it's just just doesn't have the engine to hang with this thing, man. We drop the flaps, we wing on over, energy fight this dude, just turn his plane into a bonfire. There's literally nothing you can do. VG33C1 is coming in. Again, there's not much that guy can do against this thing. He is basically a gunboat. Get past the head-on, and you will be more or less okay. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fly offset to his guns, make him roll. He was not going to get that shot in. We're going to go up and over. He still has a lot of speed, but he also has a horrible turn time. So we're going to get in on his 6 in a singular turn here and slowly pull the nose around for a nice little shot. We switched to MGs only to try and hose him down from a distance because I didn't want to waste the cannon, but this is before I realized that I had over 200 rounds. So yeah, we switched to the cannons and claim our 5th kill quite reliably there. And I mean, at this point, I'm just like, I'm grinning for me idiot, right? And then for the last kill, we have the S6F. Would have been a 7 kill match, but I can neither confirm nor deny that I died from a desync shot to a Hispano from a Cannon Stang, or a Cannon Mustang, the 20mm Mustang. So yeah, that's the video. Well, after this kill, of course. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope that it has satisfied your thirst for knowledge, your entertainment values, whatever you decide to come here for. Let me know if there are any other vehicles that you want to see. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe. It would really help me out massively. We're almost at 500, and I will see you later.